Maxine Waters sat handcuffed in casual jogging clothes. "Hold still," Officer Collins barked, yanking her hair. Maxine's curls stretched painfully. "This isn't procedure," she whispered. "Shut up," Collins snapped. Electric clippers buzzed, scraping across her scalp as black hair fell in clumps onto the concrete. "Look at that nappy hair," Martinez laughed, filming. Maxine's eyes welled with tears. "You're making a mistake." "The only mistake was running your mouth," Collins sneered, shaving another strip. Maxine looked directly into the body camera, voice steady despite the tears. "Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., you'll understand the real consequences." The timestamp read 2:30 p.m. In less than 18 hours, these officers would learn who they had just humiliated. Hours earlier, Maxine Waters stood in her chambers adjusting her black judicial robes. At 52, she carried herself with authority earned through decades of public service and advocacy. Her office displayed diplomas, certificates, and photos with prominent figures who respected her sharp mind. She reviewed case files marked People vs. Martinez and People vs. Collins, both officers with long histories of complaints, none properly investigated. Martinez wore his uniform like a crown, smirking with arrogance. Collins' cold gaze reflected his enjoyment of power over others. Her assistant, James, entered with coffee. "Your Honor, the police union filed another motion for venue change. They claim you might be biased." Maxine's eyes sharpened. "Biased how, James?" "They didn't specify, ma'am. Just potential prejudice." Her phone buzzed with a text from her daughter, Maya. "Mom, be careful downtown today. Protests are getting heated. Love you." Maxine typed back calmly. "Justice has a way of working itself out." She touched the small recording device in her purse, a gift from Maya after anonymous threats. Across town, Martinez and Collins suited up at the police station, talking with the arrogance of men who believed themselves untouchable. "You see who's presiding tomorrow?" Martinez asked, strapping on his vest. "Maxine Waters, another bleeding heart liberal," Collins spat. "We'll see how high and mighty she acts if she ever ends up on our side of the handcuffs," he smirked. They had no idea Maxine planned to jog downtown during lunch, passing through protest-filled areas. Nor could they imagine that the woman in jogging clothes was the same person who would hold their fates in her hands. Noon, Maxine changed into running gear, a worn hoodie, sneakers, and stepped outside. Protesters held signs. "Accountability now. Badge does not equal immunity." News vans circled. Police stood at every corner. As she jogged, tear gas erupted nearby. Coughing, disoriented, she bent to retrieve her phone. "Hands where I can see them," Collins shouted, grabbing her arm. Martinez followed, body camera rolling. "Officer, I'm just trying to get to my car," Maxine said, calm despite chaos. "You were throwing rocks," Collins lied. "I wasn't," Maxine said firmly. Her composure unnerved them. By the time they reached the patrol car, Maxine's purse spilled, revealing her recording device, a silent witness capturing every violation. At county jail, the intake officers ignored standard protocol, with Collins wielding clippers. "Protocol includes hair checks now," he lied, moving aggressively. Maxine calmly reminded them, "This isn't standard procedure for misdemeanors." She allowed them to proceed strategically, making sure every abusive action was recorded. Collins cut her hair, laughing. Martinez filmed. Maxine addressed the camera. "Every action in this facility is recorded. Every abuse of power cataloged. Tomorrow, truth will surface, and justice will be served." Thompson, the intake officer, realized in horror who they were processing. A high-profile public figure, not a protester. By 4 a.m., Maxine sat at home with Maya, headscarf partially revealing the brutal haircut. "Mom, they destroyed your hair," Maya whispered. Maxine replied, "Steel wrapped in silk. Hair grows back. Dignity doesn't. They've given me something more valuable: evidence, witnesses, and moral authority to demand systemic change." Her phone buzzed constantly. Media, civil rights groups, ACLU. Maya began drafting a federal civil rights complaint. Maxine ensured every second of footage, every violation was documented. At Internal Affairs, Martinez and Collins were stunned. "You arrested a sitting judge and recorded yourselves assaulting her," Detective Brooks said sharply. The security footage and Maxine's recorded voice left no room for excuse. Their dismissive attitude had been exposed globally, and the story went viral across social media in hours. Maxine prepared for a press conference, numbers showing millions of views and shares worldwide. "Good. It's time the world saw what accountability looks like," she told Maya. Day 2, her chambers became a war room. FBI agents and her legal team analyzed patterns: systematic targeting of people of color, falsified overtime, and immediate cover-ups. Maxine Waters, composed and strategic, prepared to use every piece of evidence to ensure justice. The Maxine Waters incident quickly became a public relations disaster. Every detail of the narrative was being controlled behind the scenes. Morrison appeared on the screen discussing strategy. "Can we claim she was intoxicated during the arrest?" he asked. "Negative," Reynolds replied. "Body cam footage shows she was fully coherent. Focus instead on illegal protest participation." Maxine read the messages grimly, realizing her victimization was being spun in real time. Chen opened a thick folder labeled Martinez and Collins Complaints 2019-2024. "The victims," she announced, showing profiles on screen. Terrell Johnson, 19, college student, arrested while waiting for the bus. Hair forcibly cut during booking. Charges dropped without investigation. Maria Santos, 34, registered nurse, arrested during a routine traffic stop. Strip searched publicly. Settled for $50,000. David Wright, 45, high school teacher, arrested while volunteering at a homeless shelter. Beaten during resistance claims. Currently in civil litigation. "How many documented victims?" Maxine asked. "For it confirmed," Chen replied. "The actual number is likely over 200. Maya pulled up live social media responses. "Mom, look at this Twitter thread," she said. Terrell posted, "Judge Waters, they did the same thing to me in 2019. Cut my hair under the guise of a contraband search. Thank you for fighting back." Similar posts from Maria Santos and other victims appeared across Facebook and Instagram, praising Maxine for standing strong. Chen produced police union contracts highlighting clauses that ensured protection: qualified immunity, automatic legal defense, mandatory arbitration for misconduct. Maya shook her head. "They're literally untouchable." Maxine stood pacing behind her desk. "Not anymore," she said. Opening her laptop, she began issuing judicial orders. Every arrest Martinez and Collins made in the past 5 years would be reviewed. If they fabricated charges against her, they likely did the same to others. Chen's computer chimed. "Your Honor, Martinez's full personnel file just arrived. Internal Affairs flagged him 12 times, never disciplined." 12 times? Maya asked, incredulous. "Excessive force, falsifying reports, racial profiling, sexual harassment." "The department knew and protected him?" Maxine continued typing. "This isn't just about 2 corrupt cops. This is systematic protection of misconduct." Maya's phone buzzed with breaking news alerts. Judge Waters' protest participation raises impartiality questions. The article framed Maxine as an anti-police activist, questioning her judicial neutrality. Chen showed emails coordinating media messaging, portraying her as seeking personal revenge. Maya's anger flared. "They're making you the villain." Maxine's response was calm and steely. "Then we'll show them who the real villains are." Chen pulled up financial records. Martinez and Collins were not just violent. They were running protection schemes for drug dealers, prostitutes, and illegal gambling, collecting fees to avoid arrest. Regular deposits of $500 to $2,000 into their accounts confirmed it. Maxine's arrest threatened the entire operation. They needed to discredit her completely. Phone logs revealed Martinez and Collins coordinating with dozens of other officers. This was organized corruption. Chen noted coordination across 6 other precincts. Maxine stood by the window, watching protesters gather outside the courthouse. Signs read, "Justice for all 43 victims. Diana's courage is our freedom." Agent Carter, "I want federal charges, not just against Martinez and Collins, but against everyone who enabled them," she said. Chen smiled for the first time since arriving. "Your Honor, that's exactly what we were hoping you'd say." Maxine's computer pinged with an urgent email. Subject: Martinez and Collins. Additional evidence. The sender: Officer Thompson. The message read, "Your Honor, there's something else you need to see. Something that changes everything." Day 4, 2 a.m. Maxine woke suddenly to her home alarm blaring. The motion sensors had been triggered across the property. Through her bedroom window, she saw a black pickup truck idling across the street, its headlights cutting sharply through the dark. She grabbed her phone and dialed 911 with unsteady hands. 1, what's your emergency? This is Judge Maxine Waters. Someone's outside my house in a threatening manner. The operator's response was unsettling. Ma'am, are you sure it's not a police protection detail? I didn't request any protection, Maxine replied. The truck's engine roared, tires screeching as it sped away, leaving the smell of burned rubber behind. She looked outside again. Her mailbox was spray-painted with 3 chilling words. Dead judge walking. Captain A.M. Across town. At her daughter Maya's apartment, the phone rang nonstop. Unknown numbers. Masked voices. Voicemail 1. Your mommy should have kept her mouth shut. Now the whole family pays. Voicemail 2. We know where you work, Maya. Cute little law office on Pine Street. Be a shame if something happened. Voicemail 3. Judges can be replaced. Accidents happen. Maya called her mother, her voice trembling. Mom, are you getting threats too? Honey, are you safe right now? Maxine asked. I'm scared, Mom. They know everything about me. At the police station, Detective Brooks reviewed the growing list of threats with Agent Carter. The conference table was covered with printed transcripts and phone logs. 67 threatening calls to Judge Waters, 43 to her daughter, and 2 confirmed death threats containing exact details about their daily routines. Chen examined a linguistic analysis report. The sources show insider knowledge, police codes, shift schedules, procedures. Someone inside the department is helping coordinate these threats. Brooks pulled up recent phone records. Martinez and Collins are suspended, but they're still in contact with active officers. The logs revealed 47 calls between the two and multiple on-duty officers in just 3 days. Later that night, 9:00 p.m., Maxine's law clerk James exited the courthouse via the underground parking lot. Between the concrete pillars, 3 men in plain clothes appeared from the shadows. James, right? You work for Judge Waters? One asked. James tightened his grip on his briefcase. Yes, sir. Is something wrong? The tallest man stepped closer. Depends on what you call a problem. What's your boss planning for tomorrow's hearing? I can't discuss court matters with unauthorized personnel, James said firmly. The second man moved behind him, blocking the exit. You're a smart kid. Smart enough to know when silence is the safer choice. James's keys rattled in his hand. Are you threatening me? The third man gave a thin smile. We're offering friendly advice. Judge Washington was facing dangerous adversaries, people who never forget friends or obstacles. James fumbled with his car keys. I need to leave immediately. Tell the judge some cases are better left alone, the first man warned as James finally started the engine. The next morning, in Diana's chambers, James recounted the parking garage encounter. Diana's expression hardened with judicial resolve. They're systematically isolating me, cutting off my support through intimidation. Her computer displayed over 300 hostile emails overnight, with subject lines like, Black judges don't belong, hang the race baiter, and we know your home address. Her hands trembled slightly as she scrolled through the concentrated threats. Maya entered, carrying coffee with determination. Mom, I hired private security. FBI recommends immediate protection. Hiding only lets them win psychologically. If you die, everyone loses. Diana opened a desk drawer, revealing a typed resignation letter. I drafted this last night. Maybe stepping down would protect you from retaliation. Maya's voice cracked. Mom, please don't. 43 victims, Ma. If you quit, they escape justice forever. Diana deleted the resignation letter decisively. Continuing the fight meant remaining a target. Maya opened a laptop showing a GoFundMe page. Justice for Judge Washington Legal Defense Fund. $847,000 raised in 72 hours. Testimonials poured in. Judges, lawyers, citizens nationwide. Judge Martinez from Texas. Standing with you. Justice cannot be intimidated by thugs. ACLU. $100,000 donation. This case defines civil rights for the next generation. Anonymous citizen. My son was brutalized by these same officers. Get them, Your Honor. Diana's phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. Courtroom tomorrow, 9 a.m. Come alone or Maya gets hurt. Attached was a photo of Maya leaving her office. Someone was watching them. Day 5, 7 a.m. Agent Carter burst into Diana's chambers with Officer Thompson and a woman Diana hadn't met. Morning light streamed through the recently installed bulletproof windows. "Your Honor, meet Detective Angela Reeves, Internal Affairs Undercover," Carter introduced. Reeves, young and black, carried herself with determination. Her handshake was firm, her eyes blazing with focus. "Judge Washington, I've been investigating Martinez and Collins for 2 years undercover, building airtight cases against corrupt officers. Your arrest gave me the opening I desperately needed." Thompson placed a heavy evidence box on Diana's desk, his hands shaking. "Your Honor, there's something I never disclosed from that night. It changes everything." He pulled a USB drive from his pocket. "My personal body camera has extended battery life. It kept recording after official booking procedures ended." Thompson connected the drive to Diana's computer. Footage played. After Diana was processed, Martinez and Collins returned to the intake area, thinking recording had stopped. "Did you see her face when I grabbed her hair?" Martinez's voice was clear. "Priceless reaction. These uppity ones need to be put in their place," Collins replied. "Think she'll remember this in court tomorrow?" Collins laughed cruelly. "What's she going to do? File a complaint to the judge?" Diana's composure finally broke. Tears streamed down her cheeks. "They knew exactly who I was and brutalized me." Reeves opened her laptop, displaying financial spreadsheets. "There's more evidence, much more," she said. "Martinez and Collins weren't just corrupt. They were running sophisticated criminal operations. Bank records showed regular deposits from drug dealers, prostitutes, and illegal gambling. They collected protection fees to avoid arrest." "Your arrest threatened everything." Chen leaned forward. "That's why they recorded your humiliation. An insurance policy for blackmail." Reeves pulled a second phone from evidence, Collins's burner phone. He had been orchestrating harassment against Diana and Maya. Texts appeared in order. "Judge needs to be taught a lesson. Make it personal and painful." Another. "What about the daughter?" Collins. "Fair game. Terrify them both." Diana's voice was steel. "You have proof they specifically targeted Maya. Photos, addresses, work schedules, daily routines. Complete stalking by multiple people." Thompson added quietly, "Your Honor, there's more. Collins has been targeting women systematically for years. A file showed 16 female arrestees in 2 years, all with brutally shaved heads, all supposedly standard procedure." Diana recognized the pattern. Young, mostly minority women, physically attractive. "This isn't law enforcement. It's sexual predation disguised as police procedure," Reeves confirmed. Maya entered with 3 unexpected people. "Mom, meet your legal dream team. Attorney David Rivera, ACLU National. Your Honor, this is now a federal civil rights matter. Dr. Patricia Jones, Justice Department Civil Rights Division. We're opening a pattern and practice investigation into the Seattle Police Department. Professor Marcus Steele, Harvard Constitutional Law. We're seeking criminal charges against Martinez, Collins, Chief Reynolds, and Union Rep Morrison." Diana felt overwhelmed. "I just wanted justice for one night. Now it's much larger." Maya touched her shoulder. "Mom, you opened a door locked for decades. You let the truth emerge." Rivera showed live footage from courthouse steps. 800 protesters outside, signs reading, "Justice for Terrell. Maria Santos deserves truth." 43 victims, one voice. Maya shared live stream audio. Victims were speaking publicly. Diana watched Terrell Johnson take the microphone. "Judge Washington, you saved my life. They destroyed my hair, my dignity, my trust in justice. Today, justice fights back through your strength." Chen's phone buzzed. "Motherlode evidence received." Morrison's emails to police unions appeared on the wall screen. He instructed unions nationwide on discrediting activist judges, citing Seattle's model to target judges personally. Diana realized this was nationwide judicial intimidation. Steele nodded. "Your case isn't just Seattle. It's about judicial independence across America." Chen's radio crackled. "For all units, arrest warrants issued for Martinez, Collins, Reynolds, Morrison. Multiple federal charges, including conspiracy to violate civil rights." Outside, news vans multiplied. Maya whispered, "The world is about to see justice served." Day 6. Diana's case exploded online. Judge Washington trending globally, 3.2 M tweets in 24 hours. Judges united. 312 judges nationwide support her. Black Lives Matter. This is exactly why we fight. TikTok videos went viral. POV as Judge Washington. Women shaving heads in solidarity. Reading arrest warrants like stories. Millions of views. At courthouse steps, 2,000 protesters stretched 6 city blocks. Terrell Johnson spoke. They cut my hair to humiliate me. But today we stand unbroken. Maria Santos followed. Judge Washington showed me shame belongs to them. Not us, David Wright concluded. Tomorrow, Judge Washington speaks for all of us. Solidarity protests erupted nationwide. Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, Atlanta. Live streams shattered records. CNN 2.3M, Facebook 4.7M, YouTube 8.1M, TikTok 12.4M viewers. At Police Union HQ, Morrison tried to flee. Reporters swarmed. He denied coordination despite emails proving it. Protesters chanted, resignation, prosecution, justice. That evening, Diana, Maya, and security watched wall-to-wall news. CNN. Tomorrow's sentencing is a defining moment for police accountability. MSNBC. Judge Washington inspires a nationwide movement. Fox. Critics said the case was politicized. Diana muted all channels. Maya, tomorrow isn't politics. It's law and justice. Maya admired her. Mom, you're a symbol of resistance now. Diana touched her headscarf. Symbols fade. Justice endures. Her phone displayed 47,000 messages of support. Justice Elena Kagan. The federal judiciary stands with you. Eric Holder. Your courage reminds us why we serve justice, not power. Mandela Foundation. Your strength echoes worldwide. In jail, Martinez and Collins watched coverage. Collins, how many outside? Guard, 25,000 growing. Martinez, think she'll show mercy? Collins laughed bitterly. Midnight, Diana's phone rang. Caller ID White House. Maya gasped. Mom, it's the president. Day 7, 8:30 a.m. Courthouse security screened thousands. Courtroom be-filled. Diana entered in black robes, kente cloth covering her shaved head. Courtroom rose in silence. Court is now in session. People versus Martinez and Collins. Both officers in orange jumpsuits. Defense attorney moved to recuse Diana, citing bias. Motion denied. Diana. As a victim, I understand the impact of their crimes. Gallery erupted. Exhibit. Body camera footage of Diana's assault. Exhibit B. Financial records, $137,000 in fraudulent overtime. Exhibit C. Harassment texts targeting Maya. Victims testified. Terrell Johnson, Maria Santos, David Wright. 16 total victims. Courtroom wept. Exhibit Z. Audio of Collins and Martinez mocking Diana post-arrest. Diana stopped playback. Collins objected. Diana's response. You've shown exactly who you are. Racist, corrupt, predatory. Sentencing. Martinez, 8 years federal. Collins, 12 years including sexual assault. Courtroom erupted. Outside, 30,000 celebrated. Global coverage, 47 viewers, 12.3 shares. Diana removed her head wrap. They tried to strip my dignity. They revealed theirs. She confirmed justice for 41 other victims. DOJ texted regarding nationwide police reform. 3 months later, Martinez and Collins in federal prison. Diana's hair grew back, her chambers filled with letters of thanks. Washington Police Reform Act passed, mandating body cams, civilian oversight, federal civil rights prosecution. Chief Reynolds replaced by Angela Reeves. Terrell Johnson graduated law school. Maria Santos received ACLU award. David Wright taught constitutional law referencing Diana's courtroom. Diana's final interview. They thought they were cutting my hair. They were cutting chains of corruption. No regrets, only justice every day for everyone. Statistics. 347 officers prosecuted. 47 matter victim compensation. 89% reform approval. Diana entered court. Head wrap read, Justice served. She encouraged viewers. If you believe in accountability, subscribe. Share your experiences. Her phone rang. International Criminal Court. Judge Washington, we need your expertise on police brutality in 3 countries. Diana smiled. Where do you need me? Fade to black. Next week, Judge Washington International Justice Part 2.